was the girthiest one there, so we're
Ah.
good.
Well, welcome back to the Trash Talk Podcast, everybody.
Was that actually the intro?
What's wrong, Ryan? Why are you in a different spot today?
Well, you see, I was actually kidnapped by the Russian government. I'm currently being held in a gulag in Siberia.
Oh,
It's very cold. My nipples are protruding through my shirt. I don't know if you guys can tell that well, but I'm doing my best to cover them up. But OnlyFans censor. We'll
yeah.
put that in post. But lo and behold, though, yeah, Russia does not like my OnlyFans account, as it turns out.
Well, it's because
I
it's
had no
too
idea that was a thing.
expensive. Right.
You know what? $10, man, for a
I,
dick suck is not that much
I,
money.
I,
I
I
mean, look at Belle
tried.
Delphine.
I tried to buy it, and I have to put a mortgage, second mortgage, for my house.
First off, you have a really cheap ass house if you have to put a mortgage for $10 for an OnlyFans account. More importantly, you were in the picture. You don't have to pay for it.
Oh,
Although that
really?
would have been a good idea at the time, actually.
I mean, it's just that I clicked it a bunch of times, so maybe that's why it charged me $500. But
Charge it to my credit card.
yeah.
It's like, oh, thank you, Ryan, for your credit card number. Yeah, I'm just gonna charge you $1,000 for your own picture. Why
Yeah,
not?
I don't know which
thousand
joke
dollars,
is,
you don't need
which running gag of this podcast is my favorite. That Ryan's a divorced dad that owes alimony, or Ryan has an OnlyFans.
I just both. It's because I'm a divorced dad with so much alimony debt. The reason I turned to OnlyFans in the first place. That's why you all need to buy it. I'm hungry. I need a roof over my head. I need clothes. Actually, I don't need clothes. My OnlyFans account proves that much. But still, I need to pay off my alimony debt. Otherwise, I can't marry Emilio.
No, that running gag actually died last episode. So
You know what? Who says that memes can't get a retro revival, even though they suck?
I mean, every now and again you see the Shaggy meme reposted being like, "My meme is
Oh,
so powerful that I brought it back to life."
oh gosh. Unironically, when that meme was a thing, that was actually my favorite meme of 2019. I actually really liked that one because I love
Well,
the old
that meme was
Scooby-Doo
from
movies. So I kind of like
2018.
that one.
So
Oh, really? Well, jeez, I feel old. That was 2 years ago. I was only 19. Now I'm 21.
I was only
Insane.
16. Oh my god.
You must feel extremely old at this point.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I look
Oh
at
my
this
god.
man. It's like, after 19, your life is over. Look at him. Look at him. I always edit these
10
podcasts,
kids will do that.
and I feel so
Look,
mean.
look, bro.
I feel so mean.
Look, 10 kids is going to do that to you. When you have 10 kids, you're going to look like this at some point, all right? You're going to be 20, but you're going to look like you're 50. It's insane. Let me tell you.
Well, I mean, so anyways, today's topic, I don't know what it is, but Ryan said he had a topic, so we're gonna hear him out, and then completely ignore it halfway through, as we
Probably.
normally do.
Typically how the podcast goes. At least we'll have a direction of sorts. So, for context, for those of you who haven't heard or that are new to the podcast, Emilio and I have known each other for a few years here on YouTube. We've interacted with each other. We've done some collabs, started the podcast together. We've done a lot of stuff. However, there's a topic
Technically,
that neither
I
of us
started the podcast, and then I brought you on,
Okay, fine. I
for
stole
legal
the
reasons.
podcast from
For
Emilio.
legal reasons,
I threw. Did you ever tell them the backstory for that? I threw bananas at you as you were walking home, and you were like, "Dude, I have an allergy. If you stop, I will let you be on the podcast."
why are you calling
So
me
I
a
did.
monkey?
I never
though?
bought a banana. You look like a monkey, so I kind of got the
Whoa.
wrong impression, I guess.
Whoa,
but it
that's
still worked.
kind of racist.
That is not racist. Dude, you have a pimple. Whoa, bro, that's racist. You can't say that.
I
Gosh,
just
damn.
called a brown person
But,
a monkey.
Oh my god. You have like 3 pimples on your forehead. You might want to get that checked out, bro. But you actually have to check. So the topic that we actually had
That
I
was very
thinking
funny for the people listening.
Yeah, it was. Dude, I have like, look at this forehead, bro. This is like practically a mirror into another
Oh
dimension.
my god, you
Look
just
at that.
teleported.
Whoa.
There's like a really
But
low
either
frame
way,
rate in these webcams, so if I move a little, it looks like I just teleported. Yeah. Anyways, yeah,
no, it's pretty,
we've been
yeah.
talking
So
for 50
basically,
minutes, but now we're gonna get into the topic.
pretty much. So basically, the topic I had in mind for today, besides the topic Emilio brought up to me before the podcast that we will cover, because I'm actually curious to see what we both have to say. But today's topic, I figured we would start off with talking about different YouTube experiences we've had with other people. When we got talking about the person who didn't want to do the podcast in the last episode, kind of got me thinking if there were any other unique interactions, stuff like that we've had on YouTube with other creators. Because I know I've had a few in my lifetime when it comes to doing YouTube. So I kind of figured we'd talk about unique experiences we've had with creators. We don't have to name them, but just experiences we've had because I've been on YouTube for a few years. Emilio's been on YouTube for at least a few years. So I figured we had some stories to share.
I feel like I think I've been on YouTube for longer than you. I've been doing
How
it
long?
for
When
6
did you start
years.
your channel up?
2014.
You beat me by a year. I officially started my channel in 2015, and
Yeah.
crappy videos aside that I had, I got serious into it like 2016 roughly.
Yeah,
So
same.
I guess if you
Yeah,
want to say
kinda.
serious, like 4 years.
I
Yeah,
guess,
it's,
yeah.
it's kind of how it went there.
I mean,
But
I do have one like at the top of my mind because I talked about it on this show, but there are some updates. So this is a trash talk update special.
whoa,
We
well,
actually
yeah.
have a
Hey,
special. Yeah.
you diss me for all my update videos. Every time I want to update people on the channel, you're always like, "Whoa, Ryan did another update video. Oh boy."
It's just that it
Yeah,
like
figures you have an update now.
that meme started because Ryan did like 2 updates videos back to back, and I was just bullying him because of that.
Because there are two very important updates. All right.
OnlyFans and divorce. Yeah, we get it. We've beaten this
No, it
dead
wasn't
horse.
the divorce. No, the divorce happened way after those update videos. At the time, my penis and hair augmentation surgeries actually people really needed to know about. No one asked, but I felt like the viewers needed to know.
Yeah, I
But of
actually
course, nope.
appreciated that video a lot.
I'm sure you did.
Anyways,
Gave you some insight.
so trash talk
Yeah,
update.
so what's your story?
We have actually a new intro. Here it goes.
The Trash Talk Update with Emilio and Ryan.
Wow, what a cool intro. Did you like it?
That was incredible. Best
Oh my
intro on
God.
YouTube, ladies and gentlemen.
The Trash Talk Update. Man, that guy has a sexy voice. Anyways, so
Oh yeah.
a couple of episodes ago, well, actually, like 3 years ago, we talked about. I met this guy called Fear Vine. His videos are very funny. Check him out. And I wanted to collab with him, but I saw his videos and I thought he lived in the United States because he spoke English like Ryan does. So
I do speak the English. Yes,
Ryan
do.
does speak the American English.
Yep, the Bostonese is actually my second fluent language, actually.
Oh wow!
So
I'm glad I asked. Anyways, so I was talking to him, but it was so weird to me because I thought we were at least maybe not in the same time zone, but at least in a similar time zone, right? So I would talk to him, and he would always get back to me at like in the at high hours in the morning or very late at night, and then I saw that he collabed with another YouTuber I like, who is from Ireland, and they collabed in person. So I thought, oh, so he was from Ireland, and then I told Ryan the story. But anyways, fast forward a couple of years after I told Ryan that story, and then I interview this Irish YouTuber on this podcast. Ryan wasn't there for that episode, but we made fun of him. Don't worry.
no, this.
Wait, why is Ryan? Wait, Ryan, no, don't do that. Why are you chewing the?
What?
Why are you chewing the wires?
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to do it now. I'm very depressed now that I'm reminded of the pre-Trash Talk Ryan days. So, yeah, I'm pretty sad about that with the Modern Warfare 3 Xbox 360 controller.
Anyways, so I was talking to him and I told him, yeah, I actually collabed with Irvine, and I thought he was American, and he says, yeah, for someone from Malta, he speaks very good
Yeah,
English,
he said that. Not America.
and I was like, Malta. He was from Malta this entire time, and
Must have been a huge mindfuck right off the bat.
after I told everybody that that guy was Irish.
Malta's definitely not in Ireland. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
My
I can
geography
confirm.
skills aren't that great, but Malta's not Ireland.
Anyways, what's your experience? I probably have more, but you can go next.
Uh, I have a few experiences from not really like depending on your definition of like embarrassing stories and whatnot, but I have some cool experiences. 'Cause I've known some pretty good YouTubers, including Emilio. But the one I can think of, my first major experience that I want to talk about, where it was really awkward, and it was back when I first started getting into YouTube more seriously. This was like late 2016. There were two other YouTubers that I know on the platform. First thing, Pion Slayer and Goof Norton, who are really cool guys. Pion doesn't really do YouTube much anymore, but funny creator. We did a lot of collaborations, and Goof still does YouTube. Check him out. He's a really cool guy. But those two were the first people that I officially met on YouTube, along with like Plumley and a few other people later on. But they invited me to do this live stream. Now, me being, what was I at the time, like 17 years old and a noob to YouTube, 16, not knowing anything about it, well, lo and behold, they wanted me to come on the stream. Unfortunately, I had a phone that was in a terrible angle, kind of like my NASCAR video. The quality was garbage because I didn't know how to live stream. They just like, all you have to do is jump on the live chat. That's exactly what it looked like too. It was so bad. And there were like I think like an hour and a half
For
into the
everybody
live stream.
listening,
The live stream ended up being like
for everybody
the
listening,
live stream was
I did a really funny gag. Sorry to interrupt.
yeah, it was like, but the live stream itself was like 4 or 5 hours long, and eventually I figured out how to do it because they're like, Ryan, just jump into Google Hangouts, just do it. They were like, dude, just jump in already. I could tell they were like, I'm sorry, I don't know at this point. So eventually I jump in, I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just jumping onto the stream. I didn't realize it wasn't that close. Shut your face. It was not at all like that. But admittedly, it wasn't the greatest. I was on there and talked with them for a few hours, and I had no idea what a live chat was. I didn't know it was streamed on YouTube. I didn't know how to look it up. I didn't know jack diddly shit about it.
I didn't even
And
know we
needless
were
to say,
live.
I didn't even know what live streaming was at that point.
I thought it was a Skype
I didn't
call.
even. I gotta be honest, I didn't even know who human beings were at that point. I just got off Mars, man. I was so used to seeing space rocks all my life.
Wow.
It was crazy. But the funny thing was at the end, though, the stream, while it was just embarrassing and horrible for me to set up and to execute, period, it was a good start to me learning how to do streaming, interacting with the creators, learning how to set up streams like that before YouTube did that stupid 1,000 sub thing. Nonetheless, though, it was a memorable experience and helped me meet two pretty cool people on the site. Pre-Emilio days, so they were the best, by far.
They were epic.
Yeah, you're right. Super epic.
This one's Ryan. I have a better story than that one. Another story of Ryan versus technology.
This is probably what I'm thinking it is. I'm gonna guess.
Okay,
but
which one is it?
Well, does it have something to do with downloading videos?
Ish. No, it's like...
Ish, okay.
So, I did a video a couple of years ago in 2017, I believe.
Depends on the video.
It was my 3-year anniversary special, and the big thing was this whole event surrounding a wrestling match.
Oh, God.
And I remember I told Ryan, can you react to this? I only need your face cam. Don't worry about the rest. But what did Ryan do? He used Mobizen, and he filmed himself like he had his phone, and he had him at like a very like unpleasant angle. So it was like, and his commentary was like,
probably something like this.
His commentary was
funny,
like, huh, that would never happen in real wrestling, huh? And then when
I doubt the commentary was that bad.
And then I saw it, and And I was like, well, I guess I gotta use this. And I did. I was this close to cutting him.
For the record, though, despite how bad it might have been, I made that video very successful. See, Emilio's channel, it's kind of garbage in a way. Like, I'm sorry, I have to call you out on it. But, like, I made it better.
Bro,
face
my channel is
made it
the
better.
only reason people remember you.
No,
They don't say you're the boss.
That
They
is
say
not
you're the
true.
guy from the Trash Talk podcast, right? From Smelly Cheese.
yeah, right. There's no way. The people remember me most for pouring milk on myself, making memes with my viewers, hating Crash Bandicoot to insanity, terrible NASCAR rants, and choking on tea bags. 5 things right off the bat I'm remembered for. Way more than you or the Trash Talk podcast, despite how much I love it.
Wow, he just had a Kanye moment. He just said to all of our listeners that he hates you.
I did. My phone password is 1111. I snapshotted it 1,600 times to make sure I remembered a simple password. I showed it to the president to show my theory of time travel, and I made sure the whole thing was filmed live on national television. And made sure the camera could see that I took a picture of it 1,600 times. Yes, I did all of that.
That's also something that angers me a lot when people take a long ass time with collabs. Like,
yeah, it's
no, you don't get to talk, bro, because you also have taken like a long time when I've asked you for footage.
Bro, first off, those times, if I'm thinking of the right times, I have a lot more stuff going on outside of YouTube, and I think I have a genuine excuse, which I've expressed. However, I have encountered people personally, and I'm sure you have, that don't have anything going on and have told me as much. The fact that they just didn't want to respond to it. They said, we want to do the collaboration, but, like, I'm not doing anything right now, but I don't want to do it at the moment, so can you message me, like, 2 weeks from now? And at that point, they never got back.
I mean, I'm referring to specifically the meme rewind collab, where you only had to do this and go, I'm how to basic. And little boy Ryan here took 3 months. 3 whole
3 months.
To send
I can't
me
really
the footage.
speak during that time period. Honestly, the details are a little fuzzy surrounding that one.
Okay.
But I will.
He just pledged.
I will be honest though.
He pled the 5th. Okay.
I do plead the 5th. I am indeed actually how to basic.
Oh wow.
I will prove it one day. I will have a video where I just destroy everything in my house with eggs. Yeah. I will do that.
That's what I don't like about
I will not wear clothes.
That meme rewind, because we did the group chat with a bunch of people, and then we agreed, and I was like, okay, you just have to send me this one clip. And only Nukipedia Demon, shout out to that guy, sent me his clip within a week or less. And everybody else sent me their clip 1 day before the video was supposed to come out. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll let them in. I uploaded that video twice because I don't want to say their name, but they took forever to send their clip. And I was like,
I think I know who you're talking about, actually. I vaguely remember that chat. And yeah, shout out to Jesse. Admit... so much for censorship.
I'll censor.
I'll
block it out. Yeah. I've tried to.
But I'm just saying, like, this particular person did take a long time, and the great thing about that video was it was a fantastic collaboration. And admittedly, yes, it was on me for taking so long, but I did have a lot of stuff going on with school and finals during that time period. Just so we're clear, even the. Legitimate excuse.
You just had to do this. I'm how to basic. Done. Son.
Look, it had to be perfect, man. I had to make sure I got the right angle ready, then the lighting, had to make sure I was wearing the right shirt, make sure my beard was trimmed up right. It wasn't going to look that shit. It wasn't going to be that, how to basic.
Someone did film it, like, vertically. And it was very annoying.
Did they?
Yeah.
I think I don't remember much about, like, the actual videos themselves. Mine I kind of remember, but everybody else is not as much for that particular collab.
Yeah. The only person
there was a
yeah. You go first.
I was gonna say for other while we're on the subject of like terrible collaboration attempts, there are a few specific examples I could think of for my interviews and whatnot that I've done with my YouTube interviews. I used to have this big series on my channel where I've interviewed, I believe, 52 YouTubers, I think, from the small creator community. And they're really fun to do. It's really cool interacting with other creators, and I've met creators and done other collabs that way, including Emilio, but that one's probably like one of the worst ones I've done. But nonetheless, the other interviews and whatnot that I've tried to schedule with people, who are you? What is that? Are you dancing like Rihanna?
It's so like it doesn't look like I'm just a PNG.
This should be like a new GIF. People, we need this as a GIF. Dude, the frame drop makes it look exactly like a GIF, like one of those terrible 3 GB phone. It's just awful. Gosh, it's still in that same spot too. That's awful. But for the YouTuber interviews, I've tried to schedule with. How long can he hold this pose, folks? For those of you watching the video itself, let's find out. Emilio, we're gonna set a timer on you, and we're gonna find out how long you can keep that pose. Anywho, I like this. And you can't say anything either. You have to add realism to the statue. But either way, so yeah, certain YouTube interviews and whatnot that I've done just haven't really panned out as well. I've tried to schedule with many different creators in the past, a few specifically that I'm not going to name, that have told me specifically that they wanted to be part of the interview. We planned out the questions, the answers. All they had to do was send footage. Unfortunately, those people either never got back to me, said they didn't want to do it after weeks and weeks of waiting, because I wanted to do those videos regularly, frequently. And some people just sent me really terrible footage in the first place, because I've been sent footage for certain videos and whatnot that I just couldn't use. The lighting was off, the angle was off, the questions weren't answered at all. Whenever you have a question like, okay, so why did you start your YouTube channel? What gave you your inspiration? It's like, food. Or something like that. What kind of interview clip is that? Like, my gosh. But, yeah, I've had some pretty bad collaboration experiences. I've had some pretty... I'm sure Emilio's had some pretty bad ones, too, whenever his statue phase of his life is over. But, yeah, it's just really annoying whenever we get into the subject of, like, collabs, because that's a big thing as a small creator that you don't always really expect to hear or see. Because when you're a big YouTuber, you probably never think about that kind of thing. But when you're trying to grow your channel, when you're trying to expand and meet new people, and let's be real here, while it is cool to meet people, you do want to grow your channel in the process. But the only way that you can do that is to have collabs go successfully and be on subjects that you both can talk about. And unfortunately, when those collabs fall through for whatever reason, or people just act like assholes and you just don't want to do the collab anymore, there's multiple different reasons why they just don't take off whatsoever. Okay, Emilio, you've been going. You could stop now. You've been going for like 2 minutes.
That's the longest time Ryan has gone without being interrupted on this show.
Man, it felt so good, let me tell you. Oh my gosh. It was the best moment of this podcast ever. Gosh.
Well, that's kind of sad.
I was just actually curious. Yeah, you're right, it probably is. You know what, DJ, can we blur out that audio, please? You can blur out audio, right?
Yeah, totally.
You blur out audio right on the screen. You just have the audio waves going by on the screen. Like, oh, what's that? Is that a smudge on my phone? No, we're blurring out audio. Just settle down. I honestly thought for a second, before I said that you were just going to keep going for, like, the rest of the episode. You're going to go, like, it's been 20 minutes. I'm going to keep going here. I legitimately thought you were going to hold that pose.
That's actually I actually just stopped filming. We're off the air. We actually stopped recording about 20 minutes ago.
So basically, all the recording up to this point has been for nothing. Yeah, I don't believe that.
I mean,
your prank won't work.
It's like, is it really the first time that your time here has been for nothing, right?
Yeah, not. I think we've mentioned this in like a few episodes in the past, but there are legitimate recordings that we've done for like 30, 40 minutes, and it either messed up my audio, or one time it didn't even record at all. Like, the recorder just stopped working before we even started. And all of that material, for nothing.
Yeah.
For nothing.
It was totally the computer's fault.
No, it was your computer's fault, damn it. It was your Audacity or whatever the hell you're using right now.
My Audacity? I am not.
I don't know what the hell you're using.
Person.
I could see you do it.
No, I don't have.
Come on.
I mean, maybe I should give the positives first. Like, The podcast when I used to bring guests and it would be like a one-on-one thing. I never had problems. It was very easy. The only one we did have a problem was with one guy from the Philippines, because
Oh yeah,
we had to wake up super early and the internet
there were
connection
a
was so
few
bad.
major issues with that podcast.
Yeah,
Like the connectivity of the internet for one on his end was really bad, so we could barely hear him and or get audio. And the time zone thing, oh my god! I got up at 5 a.m. in the morning when I was gonna sleep because I had work later that day. I get up and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Emilio's like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, we're not filming right now. That guy's not gonna be able to be on right now.
no, no,
I
that's not
wanted
what
to
happened.
punch you through my. Yes, it bull.
No,
Yes,
no, no,
it
no, no, no,
was.
no. It was my fault, but it was very different.
Oh yeah. Oh, so now we're getting defensive here, everybody.
Look, what
First, he
happened
tried to
was
buy his own
I
OnlyFans
forgot
account,
that
but
Ryan is on the
now
East
this.
Coast, and I thought he was on the West Coast. I confused them.
Mm-hmm.
So Ryan was supposed to.
Uh-huh.
He actually was. He got the best deal out of everyone because he got to sleep an hour extra, but I messed up,
Bro.
and he woke up an
Uh-huh.
hour.
Yeah, you messed up, all right. Bro, I wanted to reach through my phone screen and strangle you because I was so tired and I was like, I have work. I got up early for this shit. And now we're not doing it. I was pissed to that part.
But we filmed it, and the episode was a total miss, a complete failure. We're never
Train
doing
wreck.
it again.
No, because I think the actual episode itself was like 12 minutes long. I think it's like one of the shortest podcasts that are actually up.
Yeah, I didn't even
I
upload
mean,
it to
it's
Anchor.
not the shortest.
It's just on YouTube, and it's like a lost episode.
It's big, kinda. It was like, we'll call it like an archive episode or something
Yeah,
like that,
it's
because that one in
yeah.
particular was really difficult
Yeah.
for a multitude of reasons,
Yeah.
aka Emilio's fault, but nonetheless.
Well, I feel like we should blame the school system here for not teaching me basic math.
The school system.
So
The school system that you want to fail out of, we need to blame. We're just gonna blame that. Yeah, we'll go with that. It's school, everybody. It's education was the problem. Not the internet, not scheduling. No, it's just school. School sucks. Don't do it.
anyways. So yeah, with the podcast I've never had
Do
problems.
school.
With Meme Rewind mainly that's I wouldn't call it the hardest to film. Like the ones I can film within my city with my friends. Like those clips are very easy because I mean
Well, of course, availability, and
Yeah.
you know these people.
but I think the one that surprised me the most was Meme Rewind 2019 where my friend Cole from Legion Entertainment I asked him, "Can you film a couple of clips?" And then he told me, "My friends want to be in this." And then it's like, "Yeah, sure." So they got a green screen and they filmed themselves dancing for a video for a guy that lives in a different continent. Without
Oh, great.
ever even talking to me. They were just like, "Sure, we'll film our video and we won't take 3 months like Ryan did." So
Oh my
After
god.
that-
Yeah, and we won't get Ryan up. We won't get Emilio up at 5 a.m. in the morning and then call off the episode when I have to sleep for work.
you
Yeah,
can
we won't do that.
you
either.
can sleep at work. I do it all the time.
I'd be fired if I did that. So no, or at the very least, yelled at. I can't sleep on the job.
Do it and try it next time. Tomorrow's Monday. Do it. Um,
I really wish I could, man. Oh, you have no idea. I wish I could.
but negative experiences. I do
Like, did
have
anyone ever
one.
get upset with you or just fall through?
I do have one. I was invited to be in like this guy's short film or whatever, and he told me, "Oh, can you film this and this and this?" But I was just like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'll make like a little cameo." But this guy pretty much wanted me to maybe not write the script, but help him at least. But it was like a lot, and I was like, "No, I can't do that." It's like,
Like, no, sorry. Like, I will film myself doing something, but not helping you write out the whole video. Like, there's
yeah.
no way. I can't blame you for that, to be honest. Whenever it comes to someone else's big project video, like, being a part of it, filming yourself doing a skit or just talking or whatever, that's one thing. But helping them do their video, doing all the work for them, like, that's not That's not the point of a collaboration. The person who's starting the collaboration should be doing the planning. The other person, they do whatever they can, but it shouldn't be, by the way, can you help me edit it, film it? Can you help me write the script for it? Can you get me some cool backdrops? No. Doesn't really make much sense.
I've also had problems when I'm filming in my city. Mainly like sort of the attitude of the people that I invite to these. Um, one time my friend did go through like an ego trip.
Oh.
Like, I don't know what happened to him, but he was acting kind of douchey, and everybody was tired of him. And I was this close to kicking him off set. And I was like, dude, go away. But no. And for my 3-year anniversary video that Ryan filmed like this.
How you doing, fellow kids?
No, but I invited one of my friends, and he's a little bit hot-headed, maybe. And we were filming at a park, and it's like we were done. I only needed to film like something for the end credits and stuff. And we were walking to a different area, and this lady approaches him, and she's like, "Hi, would you like to help blind kids?" And my friend just says, "Fuck off." And he keeps walking.
Oh my gosh. Hi, would you like to help rescue these orphans from a fire? Fuck off, man. I don't care about no
I'm
orphans.
filming a smelly
Get outta
cheese
here.
video. Go away.
Yeah, because filming one of the smelly cheese videos takes priority over saving orphans in a burning building. Family friendly 2020, everybody.
And yeah. I don't know. I only have the one we talked about in the previous episode where we got rejected because it was too negative.
Yeah, that still gets me. I still don't get that one. It makes no sense.
I did meet one of my favorite YouTubers once, and he was actually very cool because he plays this character that's like a really obnoxious person, very offensive person.
Yeah, it's kind of like the persona.
Yeah, so like I've seen videos of people that say like, "Oh, that's not a character. That's how he is in real life." And then when I met him,
No, it's a.
he was like super nice. He was super chill, very cool guy.
I kind of get that concept, which is cool. I mean, like, for people who watch, like, my videos, for example, I act like a moron in a majority of them doing... Like,
You
I've
act
poured milk on
like?
myself of swallowed deodorant. Look, bro, I've done a lot of things, alright? I've even swallowed deodorant. Do those things in real life. I do them for memes, for jokes, to have fun, to hopefully make someone laugh, even though I'm ending up looking like an idiot, drinking terrible drink combinations and whatnot. Those ones were legitimately disgusting, might I add. The last one I did was probably one of the worst ones I've done, but that's a persona of sorts too. I'm goofy and I joke around with my friends and say dumb shit in real life, but I don't do a lot of the things that I do in my videos. You know, I'm different when it comes to off camera. I mean, I think every YouTuber to a point, even if it's just minor things, has a persona of sorts they put on. Like, they're not their true selves that they would be off camera with their family, friends, in their own personal lives. I think everyone has that to an extent.
I feel like I have videos where I'm acting like I act normally. Maybe a little bit of a persona there, but I do have videos where I amp up my personality, and
yeah.
So I mean, I don't worry about it because it's very obvious when you can see I'm acting and where I'm.
I mean, of course,
just trash talking.
I mean, oh my gosh, that was awful. That was complete shit. But I do agree with you there, especially with having certain videos where people know you're serious. I've done for me, I've done discussions and I've done different vlogs and whatnot where I've been serious about the topic that I'm discussing. Like, I've done mental health videos, for example, which is something I am actually passionate about and I'm serious. But at the same time, I've also done plenty of videos where I do something like pour milk on myself, or I roast myself because people write stuff in the comment section, or I crack an egg on my face, or something along those lines. Like, clearly, those are jokes. Like, I don't actually like to do those things for real. But at the same time, though, I kind of find some of that stuff funny, even though, again, some of that stuff's disgusting. there was one video that I did. I never published it to YouTube, but I considered it. I did it for a Facebook thing. I don't even know if you ever ended up seeing it. It was one of those tag challenges where if you get a certain amount of comments, you do something. Well, I've seen posts similar to the one I did, like if I get 500 comments, I'll egg my sister, or I'll egg my mom, like that kind of thing. I did a post where if I got 500 comments, I would splatter an egg all over my face, just right all over.
Oh, that sounds very
I
painful.
I got 500 comments on there, and at the time, being a man of my word, I did it. It was disgusting. It was probably one of the worst substances I've ever experienced contact with, because the egg is so sticky, the yolk is so bad, it was all over me. I had to go and get a shower immediately afterwards. It was gross, but I never uploaded it to YouTube. It was strictly a Facebook thing. Even though there are a few people like Jesse from Nukapiya Demon, for example, like he and I are friends on Facebook, for example, and he saw it, and of course he knew about it, but I don't think anyone else really did, because I never really talked about it. But it's just kind of things like that that you do, even if it's not on YouTube. There are a few other things you can do, I suppose, like
But
a
anyways,
stupid Facebook comment thing.
what do you have any
Yeah.
other stories, awkward stories with creators? You know,
I do
I
have-
have something amazing before you start. We last time we talked about awkward experiences with homeless people. This time we're talking about awkward experiences with YouTubers. So essentially, this time
I
it's
know-
future homeless people we're talking about.
Oh, absolutely, man. When YouTube goes under, man, all these people are going to be hitting the streets. The population is going to increase with having money down. Money revenue is going to be down. There's going to be unemployment's going to be down. It's going to be, oh my gosh, unemployment's actually going to be up, if anything.
Yeah.
These people aren't going to have a job.
Thank God we're not YouTubers.
YouTube
We're
goes under-
anchorers. We're anchorers from Anchor. Send us a voice memo through Anchor.
See, we're actually going to survive because we have multiple different platforms. If YouTube goes under, bro, Anchor, Spotify, that shit's still there. Now, if those go under, OnlyFans, man, that's our like low-key extreme backup.
And I have a candy store. I have a foldable table I put on the highway, and I put candy on top of it. That's my business.
Now, well, if you guys have any young children under the age of 7, I do not recommend taking them to this candy store. Now, Emilio has a black van in the back of the lot where he keeps his table. Just keep that in mind. Okay, fine,
Well,
I'll tell them.
I
Emilio
sleep
has
on
a
the
side
van.
business where he... No, you don't. Don't you massage people in the van? Isn't
Dude,
that what you do?
I don't have
Like a side
arms.
thing?
How would I massage people?
Your feet? That's what makes you unique.
I'm-
You just step on people.
I'm-
Just literally...
I don't have legs. I'm just a torso with a head.
You lick them.
What, what type of creepy massage parlors are you going to?
All of them. All the ones I can find, all the back alleys, all the vans. But they're great, man. Oh, gosh. For the record, I've only gone to one licking massage parlor. They get
wait.
everywhere.
Anyways, you were talking about your experience.
Yeah, there is one actual experience, and I never talked about this on the channel, on my channel. I never brought it up to anybody, actually. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but this guy is a dickbag. This was actually my first case of YouTube drama that I ever had. And this lasted a few months. So, this is a bit of an interesting one. Just the face. Just the face alone. Dude, you look like you're about to bust. It looks... Gosh damn it. But,
Ryan fights
yeah,
a blind guy.
Actually, the guy, he might as well have been blind because he couldn't see 3 feet in front of his face because he's an idiot. Because he couldn't understand what I'm telling him. But
Oh my god.
basically, this
Call
this
him
whole
out.
thing started with a typical... There was this guy that was in a YouTube Facebook group. I messaged him, we talked about doing an interview and whatnot, and I asked him about doing the interview and whatnot. He gave me responses to his questions and whatnot, pretty straightforward. The guy, though, had the audacity, though, after a while, to ask me, by the way, your YouTube channel, it's a small channel, right? How is this going to help my channel? Like, he didn't even think about doing the collaboration, just thought about the benefit immediately. But then he's like, I don't know if I want to do this interview right now with you, man. I mean, your channel's pretty small. How am I going to benefit from this? And that right there, I hate that. When I've done interviews with people that have done that, essentially, if someone's going to pull that on me, I'm like, you know what? At Vita say, I'm not putting up with this, because I've dealt with people like that in the past. I'm not doing this. So I decided not to do it with the guy. Unfortunately for me, this guy and for months, like 2018, it was like 2018. It was like early 2018. This happened because it was winter. Every time I posted a video, this guy would post, and he would message me on Facebook at the same time and post on all my posts saying, "When are you going to do the interview, man? When are we going to do the interview? Why are you being such an idiot? When are we going to do the interview?" He harassed me for months about doing that interview, and eventually got to the point where in one of the Facebook groups, I posted my video, and the guy did the exact same thing, and people were starting to do, like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to do an interview now with this guy." I mean, like, yeah, he's a piece of shit, the other guy was saying. And I was like, you know what, I've had enough. And it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm making an official statement on this to everyone who didn't know on this post. This guy's been harassing me. He said things that I did not agree with, that I didn't like. He acted like a complete degenerate when I was talking with him. But the guy eventually, he tried to sway people back in. He was like, no, that's not what happened. Here's screenshots of different conversations that we've had and whatnot. And like, this shows that this guy, he's just been ignoring me all this time. Yeah, you're right, I was ignoring your ass because you're an idiot. That's exactly why I was ignoring you, because you acted like an idiot.
Drop their name.
So
Drop their name.
Nah, I'm not gonna dox the guy. It was actually it was the Smelly Cheese channel.
Yeah.
I admit it. Finally.
Actually, I'm here to apologize.
It was Emilio. Yeah, thank you. You should apologize.
No, but
All
like, actually, who was it? Who was it? Tell me. I'll cut it out.
No, I actually don't even remember the guy's name, man. I don't even remember the name. The guy's first name was Craig. It was like, I don't remember the guy's last name. It was like Craig something. They're off of YouTube.
Oh.
I don't even know. This was like 2 years ago. It's like Craig. It starts with a B or something, his last name. I have no idea. But the channel name I never found out because I never looked at his channel. So I have no idea. Well, maybe I did once, but I don't remember the name of the channel. But it's like Craig something. But he just acted like a complete idiot. Eventually got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm done with this. I didn't respond back anymore. And it got to the point where one of the mods of the Facebook group actually came to me. He was like, dude, I agree with you from what I've seen from the responses. You're fine. This guy, I've already told him if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be banned. Patrick, actually, Patrick Barrett, another YouTuber that I know, he actually, like, talked to the mod for me. And he was like, hey, so, yeah, this guy keeps harassing my friend. And I was like, dude, I'm just going to handle this. Like, I'm just going to tell him to knock it off. And the mod was like, I told him, I apologized to him. I was like, okay, dude, sorry for everything. He's just like, okay. And he never talked to me again. And I'm glad. I never talked to him either. So that was kind of an incident where a collaboration kind of went wrong, and it just lasted way too long. For like 3 or 4 months, the guy just kept doing it, to eventually just put an end to it. It was completely fucking crazy.
Well, that's amazing.
So dumb.
That's amazing. But we had...
That is not...
I wasn't listening to your story, sorry, but yeah, I actually went to the bathroom.
Yeah, actually, how did you disappear that fast is all I'm asking. Like, did you have a tube or something?
No,
you know second thought, I don't want to know.
I have a picture of me going
know.
like this, like I'm listening. So I just put it in front of a webcam, and it looks like, yeah.
It was actually just a still image this entire time, and I didn't even notice.
No, speaking about epic collabs, are you ready for the collab of the century?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is this the epic collaboration I'm thinking of? If so, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe Jake Paul and the FBI.
I know, it's fantastic. Jake Paul is going to be vlogging in prison from now on. The FBI are going to be watching him 23 hours a day from a very, very comfortable cell. And Team 10, more like Team 6-9, I mean, Bubba, his new roommate, will be his new co-star. He's making a new Paul house in the jailhouse. It's fantastic.
Amazing. But yeah,
I mean, at this... You know, all I was going to say was, yeah, when you brought that up to me earlier, I saw the news. It was on Facebook, and then there was a video that I watched on it about the Jake Paul, like, the FBI raiding his house. They found a bunch of different firearms and whatnot in there, like illegal firearms, including a sniper rifle on his balcony. Yeah, yeah, it's America, all right. And he's going to an American prison. or just prison in general.
Dude, everybody knows that rich people don't go to prison, so he'll be fine.
Bro, he's gonna go to first off, he has like two different things he has to deal with now: the raid and the gun charges. And keep in mind, he was also spotted at a looting in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a mall. He still has to go and answer for that yet.
I think he already paid the fine.
I don't think so. I don't even think he went to court for it yet. And I think it'd be more than just a fine for participating in a riot that destroyed most of a mall.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more than a fine for that.
Yeah, but rich people get a pass.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, dude, I'm rich. I was actually there at the Team 10 house when the raid happened. But fortunately for me, I actually flushed myself down the toilet, and I managed to escape through the sewer system. Don't ask me how it worked. It just happened. All right, I got out of there. FBI, if you're watching this, I did not own any of the firearms. I did own the Hello Kitty collection that was in the room. If that's illegal, do what you will. But I had nothing to do with the guns.
Yeah, I was very confused when I saw the headline. It's like, the FBI raided Jake Paul?
The FBI raided Jake Paul?
But I don't think the FBI has stated what they were doing there, but yeah. The only thing we know...
I think it was like... is that they found a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
They found a bunch of illegal firearms at this point. And who knows what else. I mean, Jake Paul hasn't said anything as of right now about it. The only thing that we've heard from him is from his lawyer. And he's like, we're just going to comply with the authorities at this point. We're not going to say anything. Whatever they want to do, we're going to cooperate with, basically.
I mean, every day I feel like, can Jake Paul get even lower? You know what I mean? Because it's like...
I mean, well, this is pretty low.
It's
low
like...
to the point of going to prison.
It started off with the It's Everyday Bro song, right? And that's whatever. It's fine. It's a dumb song. We can live with it. But it progressively got worse. Yeah. It's like, to the point now that the FBI is rating him, and like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, what's going on with the world?
It's one of those really, like, terrible things where Jake Paul started off as this rich guy who just trashed houses, got into huge parties, vandalized people, acted like an idiot all throughout the streets, acted like a total asshole to people. And now to the point where the man was at a riot, trashing a mall. His house was raided by the FBI, and they found illegal firearms.
Also, he's having parties during COVID.
Yeah, actually, that too. That was actually the big thing that helped tip off the authorities too. The mayor of the town that he lives in
Calabasas,
California. Yep. Well, the mayor got involved. And they even called him out for it, and they ordered, because of Jake Paul, there's now new laws being implemented against partying, especially not just during COVID, but in general, because that party was so disruptive and placed during such a terrible part of the pandemic, which is still going on. It was insane that he would think it would be a good idea.
California has more COVID cases than most countries.
And... so, yeah, Jake Paul, you picked a fantastic place to have a COVID party, man.
Let's
check. No mask, no separation, no secluded location.
COVID cases, California. They have 563,000 cases in California.
Oh my gosh.
As a reference...
so there you go right there, kids.
Mexico has 480 cases.
Which is saying something. I know from my area right now, I believe there is, I think, only like 10 cases in my area, I believe.
Oh, but like in your state?
15.
You can pick Maryland or Pennsylvania. Doesn't matter.
No, I'm going to say for like my county that I live in. I'm going to say I think that's like 10 cases.
Well, I mean...
the whole state itself that wasn't terrible.
Then that's a little bit different for me because I live in a city. There's 1 million people living here. 500,000 people.
Yeah.
Million and a half.
I guess that's different.
Yeah.
It's definitely different for me because I live in the countryside. Yeah. And the closest city, which is like 5 minutes away from here, even that only has like a few thousand or so people. Not even close to having 1 million at all. None of the areas in which I live in combined will probably equal 1 million people.
No, we have 10,000 cases in my city. And state-wise, we have 25,000.
Holy shit.
We have
more... a lot of people. I mean, what can I say?
Yeah. There's 5 million people living in my state. Let's see, which one do you pick, Maryland or Pennsylvania?
We'll just go Maryland.
Which state are your license plates from?
Delaware. They're from Canada, actually.
Oh wow. There is 96,000 confirmed cases in Maryland.
Wow.
So actually,
my area is definitely on the up and up then.
So actually, a lot more than where I live. So, what's the population
Actually,
of Maryland?
you know what the major reason for that is? It's because of a little place called Baltimore.
Population Maryland. How many people live in Maryland? It's actually -5. There's 6 million people.
Who are the other 4?
6 million people living in Maryland. So it's a little bit bigger than where I live.
See, man, I don't know how you got -5 out of that. -5 is a very low number.
Yeah, I guess it was. In other news, Trump might be banning Fortnite? What?
Fortnite? I never heard about the Fortnite thing. Now, TikTok, yeah, we talked about that last time, but Fortnite, no, I've never heard of that.
I mean, the Fortnite ban is a lot less possible because apparently Epic Games is owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese company, and some sources say that Trump is looking to ban Tencent in the United States, but it's highly unlikely.
So, true, but still the fact that the attempt is even there, because I know, like, Fortnite, World of Warcraft, there's a lot of, like, online games like that. Yeah, League of Legends that are at risk of possibly being banned. I say possibly because it's kind of a stretch.
I mean, the one that affects...
As far as those games come.
The one that affects people the most is the WeChat ban and the TikTok ban, because a lot of people make their living on TikTok.
I mean... Is it so much a bad thing, though? I mean, those people can go and get actual jobs now.
Wow,
so,
no sympathy.
Like
no sympathy. And the WeChat people, they use it to talk with their family back in China or in other parts of Asia.
Which is fine enough. If people want to use it for communication and whatnot, that's one thing. But the people who go on there, like Belle Delphine, for an example, if they act like that on there, I honestly I don't have very much sympathy for that. Because if you're simping to guys and making thousands of dollars, it's like, I don't really care about it. I don't use TikTok to begin with. Now, if it's communication with family, I could get behind that. But not the Delphine method.
Brian not really my is thing. Devout Catholic and hates naked women.
Actually, you're wrong. I hate clothed women. You have the exact opposite opinion here. That's just wrong. The only time I want to see anybody in life is naked, which is actually why I've covered up Emilio's camera at this point for this entire podcast, because he's currently wearing clothes. I know some of you listening to the audio may not believe me, but trust me when I say he's wearing clothes.
Sorry,
and I'm very disappointed.
Like, if someone... I don't care, like... I don't get why these, like, streamers and, like... Belle Delphine and people like get hate. Like, I don't care. Like, there's worse things being uploaded to the internet.
I mean, which is fair. I mean, personally, I just don't have an opinion on it whatsoever. I don't really agree with it, but it's not something I'm going out of my way to, like, hate. Because it's like, if you choose to do it, that's your choice, but I don't. There are better things for me to spend my money on. There's better things for me to spend my time on. And simping over... I don't even know what the hell Belle Delphine is at this point. Whatever she is, there's better things for me to do.
I mean, waste your money any way you want, guys. Like, for example, on the Trash Talk podcast, you could donate to us. Actually, remember, Anchor won't let us.
Fans, guys, basically support us monetarily. We need your money. I need for alimony payments. Emilio actually needs it for a marriage license. To me, he actually needs that for that. You know how expensive it is to get married? Let me tell you, it's very expensive.
Especially if you have to buy a plane ticket or smuggle the person into the country.
Actually, Emilio's just going to get smuggled in someone's ass. We're so cheap that we're not actually going to put him in like a bag. It's going to have someone's ass, put him in it, and then have them go across the border. And then we're just going to do that. It's a very tight fit, but I think it could work.
Yeah. That's our show for you guys today. You know, we've We were about done.
One way to end it off.
Yeah.
Best friend smuggled an ass overboard.
I am very scared as to what the thumbnail will look for that one.
Someone's butt hanging out of a travel bag in the airport terminal.
They found what? And it's just a picture of
They
me
found what
like
in my
this.
Gosh. But yeah, that is pretty much a wrap at this point, guys. Hopefully you took away a lot of informative information from this video, and it's been a pleasure.
Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, link in the description. Check out my main YouTube channel where I post videos about tractors. Check us out on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Pocket Podcast, Breaker, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. I think I already said those. Also, check us out on my second YouTube channel for the video version if you're listening, and send us a voice memo and we might hear it on the podcast.
You might be invited on as a guest. And if you guys want to check me out on my main channel, DeBoss Official, where I post all sorts of meme and comedic content and occasional gaming stuff, even though that's mostly reserved for my second channel, The Nostalgia Factor, which you can check out for your retro gaming needs. And also my main channel may be used for toy reviews for a future video skit for Ryan's Toy Reviews. This Ryan's Toy Review. Nonetheless, though, if you also do the social media to follow me on Instagram at RianBittner, link in description below.
I'm so glad I cut that out. Anyways, thank you guys. And we'll see you
Thanks for watching.
next week. My trash
Peace out,
talkers.
guys. Bruh.